So I'm here with my friend Christian. We've just been talking back and forth, and we got into the discussion because we both are business owners. We both know lots of business owners, and the conversation that we're having quite often right now is I'm a one trick pony, and my pony's in trouble. Uh, how can I diversify, but I still have a business to run? And so having to help business owners maneuver through yes, you do need other things at work for you, and B, how do you do that in a way that's prudent and wise in today's environment?
Yeah. And I'm hoping as you're watching this video that your asset, your business hasn't turned into a liability that you're actively having to manage. I hope I have so many friends that are in that spot, and I hope you're not one of them. But if you are, even more, I mean, it really underscores what you and I have been talking about here, Carl. So my thought is this, just to really be really blunt and cut to the chase. We're hearing a lot about essential and non-essential. We're seeing some businesses do this, other businesses do this. A whole new set of trends and information is available to us today that was not available to us even just a couple of months ago. So this crazy world we find ourselves in, where a lot of things have been turned upside down, um, is there something people with a good work ethic, a good heart, um, is there something people like us can do to not only survive but thrive, turning kind of on a dime, even in a position where you're actively managing what used to be an asset that's not a liability, or maybe you're just trying to bleed less and kind of keep the wheels on an existing business. I think this will be really relevant. The next few minutes here will be really relevant for you. I've owned a lot of small businesses over the years, Main Street sort of um, mom and pop shop stuff. And I love that community. I love the small business owner community. Talk about a servant's heart. Talk about, chasing your passion and going and zeroing in on something you're good at or something you love. I love that stuff. I love seeing these people win, and a lot of my friends find themselves not winning right now. And the hope is that when COVID's over, um, I don't know, the world is changing. The world has changed. Things have changed. Whether any of us agree with it or not, things have changed and are different, will be different moving forward. So the big question is for us business owner minded, entrepreneurial minded people, is there something I can do in the cracks of my busy life to maybe become more relevant? Are there problems that I could help solve somehow? I don't have any money. So if you guys are pitching me on something that costs money, sorry, I don't have any. Yeah, you can put your credit cards away. That's not what this is about. Thankfully, not that that's wrong, but that's not what this is about. So here's the pitch. We have found a way for you and your work ethic and your sphere of influence to be relevant in this crazy world in such a way as to where you can create an asset that produces reliable, predictable, sustainable over the long term, with or without COVID. Like, forget about COVID for a minute. That doesn't hurt our ability to bring in cash flow. It actually helps. So in the short term, you hear make hay while the sun shines. On certain businesses, the sun is shining like crazy. And when Carl and I have been friends for years, and I reached out a couple of months ago to say, hey, I think it was kind of before COVID really
It was
started heating
about
up,
two
wasn't it?
weeks before COVID.
Yeah, it was just before COVID started
Yeah.
getting really heavy in the news domestically. And I forget what my pitch was at the time, but my pitch to my friend Carl was, hey, I found like the getting's really good over here. People are being served. We're doing good, like honorable work, but it's so light. It almost feels like, compared to like real business, what I'm doing is juvenile. Like, it's so easy. It's work. Don't get me wrong. It takes time. It takes some thought. It takes some energy. But the mental gymnastics I've had to do in the past with businesses I've owned make what I'm currently doing look like kid stuff. which is nice because I'm tired. I know business owner friends can identify with this. The mental gymnastics, you have a hard time taking a break? Because I did.
Yeah.
On Sunday, I'm supposed to take a break. On Saturday, depending on what business I was in over the years, maybe weekends were like high time and really busy, or the opposite of that. And I would try to take a break, but I couldn't stop my mind from crunching on business stuff all the time. And it just wore me out. So core message here is we have something that I've been working on for a few years, and my cash flow has done this during COVID. Post-COVID, it'll probably be more like this. It's been like this for years. During COVID, it's like this, just shooting up. And I'm doing the same work I was doing 6 months ago, 2 years ago, is the same exact work I'm doing today. The result is like 5x. I've shown Carl the numbers. It's like, it's literally about 5 times. I'm getting about 5 times the result that I used to get doing exactly the same work. And it's good, honorable work. It's simple. You don't need a degree. You don't need money. You need a little bit of time. If you have a little bit of time, I would recommend, is this one of those videos where we say, get back to Carl? I think
you can always say that. I always include in my videos. If you want to know more about what it is we do, just reach out. You know,
but you're such a tease.
It's
so
not
mean.
a secret. It's not, you know, we're not going to hide things from you. We're not going to invite you to dinner and bring out the whiteboard and surprise you. It's, I mean,
hey, so maybe on that note, we should say maybe another 90 seconds here to address that, because the most common way I've been approached like this is with those things, those home business, the classic home business things. And without getting into a big long tangent, I'm a fan of people winning, and I like to see people excited, and I like to see mission-driven people enthusiastic about stuff. From a cash flow perspective, from a numbers and a business perspective, I cannot take the home business scene seriously. The traditional home, you know, like the MLM stuff, I can't take it seriously. I've wanted to for a long time, because their core pitch is really awesome. Work really hard for a few years, cash checks for the rest of your life. Who wouldn't want to do that? Sign me up for that. Except the business model is flawed. It has holes in it. And no, you know, I have no axe to grind with any particular home business company or any of that kind of stuff. It's just an observation from a numbers, from a data perspective, from a proof perspective. Talk is fun. Sales videos are fun. Oh man, it looks so good. But could I see behind the curtain? Could I look at some of the numbers? Try that. If you were seeing this video and you find yourself in a home business and you're like, oh no, I haven't even thought about the numbers. I just got excited and I've been telling my friends because I thought that's what we were supposed to do. Yeah, that's the pitch, basically.
That's it.
Right?
Yeah. Well, and we were just talking. You don't get emotional. You know, we want you to take the emotion out of these types of decisions, because this is your future. This is your family's future. And, you know, when you're looking at adding things, you want an asset. You want something that's going to be reliable, dependable for years to come.
Yep. So
when Christian approached me, you know, 2 months ago, almost, and said, hey, take a look at what I'm doing. And it was very unemotional. In fact, I've got a little whiteboard in front of my computer, and I kept asking him percentage questions. And I'm like writing percentages down on my little whiteboard and analyzing the data. And we want to encourage you to do the same thing. So, Christian, thanks for letting me, you know, turn this on. I thought this would be helpful to some of the people we talk to.
Sounds good. Good to see you.
Thanks.